I'm gonna record the I'm gonna upload this one as a 920 trade that we did at AMC today in our mentorship session. It was a live trade and I think it's worth to be in the channel and in the education center. You know, as you know, Brian has a reversal trade called 920. When the strongest stock, you can bounce back on a 2-minute chart. And we were discussing that in our mentorship session this morning, and I just decided to record this video and put it on YouTube for those of you who to see that. And so now we're testing the 20 moving average and 2-minute chart. The stop loss would be, you probably have to just put it below this VWAP, this level. Holding it now. See if it's holding or not. It seems that it's getting destroyed. Yeah, it looks like it's really looks like that's yeah, okay, so it's popping up now. Let's see if we can get through the first one, which is 9. Oh, there you go. So I'm just getting a little bit out here at 61. So as you see, this is a 2-minute chart. We bought at the 20 moving average for the next pop. Your stop loss was a little bit, I was so close to get a stop down on it. But the idea behind it is, you know, that all the shorts are covering, and then this could be a small short squeeze rally. So let's see if we can get above 690 on a 1-minute chart on different time frames. So on a 5-minute chart, we're having this moving average. On a 1-minute chart, we broke this one where we're bouncing about through this moving average. So, you know, on a 1-minute chart, so different time frames are really helping us. So there you go. So I'm getting out more here, guys, on it. So as you see, this is my position here. So my stop loss was just so close. The risk to reward, you got to make sure that the risk to reward is there. So I was just right above getting a stop out on it, and now this is my almost the first R. If we can get a little bit above it, that would be really nice on that. Although I added to my position here, I already had some long here, so I kind of added my position. So it wasn't really a fresh trade, but let's see if you can get another pop above that. So a lot of people who were short here, then this is a small short covering rally. Do I expect it to go back to 63? Not really. This one is just more like a counter trend reversal trade. So selling some here at 61.20. Yeah. Yeah, really nice. Holding that. See if you can get to the next pop on a 1-minute chart. It's good to have the 1-minute chart as well here to have an idea on another time frame to see what happened. Brian is trading it on a 2-minute chart, and you see it's just turned out to be a really perfect 920 on a 2-minute chart. But the issue here is if you look at the different time frames, you know, it can help you to in decision making. In this particular case, it was really bounced back from 1-minute chart. It looks like a lot of traders are looking at it on a 1-minute chart, but on a 2-minute chart, you know, you kind of cancel out the noise. So this has been a fairly successful trade now. I don't expect it to go up to 63, not even a 62. It might bounce back from here and continue going down. That's why now my stop loss is at the break-even point here. So I don't want to let it goes. So it's fairly, I mean, it was just went right into my trading stop loss, but it looks like I got some sort of a 2-to-1, and I mean, it's not a really perfect trade, but often maybe if we're patient a little bit, maybe it can go up. Let's see. Yeah, if you're patient in there, in that particular case, we might get actually more than 2-to-1. This one is a 50 on a 1 minute chart. Yes. So someone is asking the question in the chat that is that a 50? Yes, this is a 50 on a 1 minute chart. This turned out to be a really nice space on a 1 minute chart. That, as you know, I'm looking at. So I kind of start buying it right in the middle of nothing. I mean, for a stop loss, I could potentially put the stop loss around here, just below this, and SPY is dripping higher, still good. So the whole idea behind it is a short covering rally. So you're coming a lot of, as you come down, the shorts are slow. The people who are shorting it up there, they start covering. So there is some buying pressure from the people who are short covering. Then there is also people who do not short it anymore. So there is less selling pressure. So as you go up, there is less and less selling pressure that is happening. So that's what you are seeing here. Yeah, let's see. Again, I don't expect this one to go back to the high of the day in this particular move, because if you want to go back to the high of the day, you really need a V reversal, which is unlikely to happens at this time of the day. Let's see. Oh, there you go. So that's the very nice beauty that you can pop up. So I mean, I'm pretty much all like at a really good 2-to-1 trade. Again, I scaled out a little bit too early, but I'm glad I got actually this one. I'm gonna post it on the education center. So what you want, the criteria for this, you want a very strong move on a strong stock. So as you see, AMC turned out to be really, really strong in the open, and really moved up. Never really gave us a 920 on a moving average, but on a 2-minute chart. It did on a 1-minute chart a couple of times here on a 1-minute chart, but this particular trade that Brian TradeBook is really working on a 2-minute chart. It is really scary, guys. It's really scary when you're buying on a drop. Maybe I jump in a little bit too early on this particular trade. If I were watching it on a 1-minute chart, I might have actually a better entry on that. Maybe I was waiting to get by around here. But because you're buying on the way down, your risk is small, because even if you get a stop that, if you buy now, the risk, you put the risk here, now the real risk is here. So you have to be mindful of that. But when you're buying right at the low of the day or at the bottom, even though it's scary, but the risk is lower because you just get stopped out faster. So this could be a good place to add, or even if you don't want to add, you can just hold it and see. Again, on a 5-minute chart, we did have huge drop. I don't expect it to go back to 63, but maybe 62 is the potential round number that we can test. TQQ is still running up like a boss. Sorry, I'm just getting out a little bit of my TQQ here. Amazing. Going back to the AMC. Market is on fire. Any question, guys, from the chat room? I mean, I did record that. I'm gonna post this potential an education center. No question? Oh, it's in the questions tab. I mean, a successful trade, Ayman, is when you look at into all of these criteria at the same time. I mean, someone might say, you know, I'm buying at the 9 moving average on a 5-minute chart. You can potentially do that, or you can say I'm buying this. But in this particular case, all of these kind of align together. The trade book that Brian has is based on 2-minute chart, 9 and 20 based on a 2-minute chart. But that doesn't mean that you can't add the more criteria to it for buying on a 9 moving average or 50 moving average and putting all of this together. You know, that's the thing. You can upgrade your trade book based on other criteria. That's why I brought the 1-minute chart here as well. That now you have some sort of an, you know, more criteria based on a 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, and 5-minute chart. But Brian is, there is another, NEO today was also the same thing. So if you look at the NEO at the open, you had this 920 here around here. Sorry, let me just put this one here. So NEO also did the same thing at the open. You know, it bounced back in a 1-minute chart. It just came below that, never got to the 20 moving average. But here is at around 10 o'clock. You know, you buy at the 20 moving average, strongest stock, 6%. It had a really nice move up. On a 5-minute chart, pulled back toward this 9 moving average, and you bought. You know, it seems that you know, 5-minute chart and 2-minute chart have some sort of things in common. Here, what you can see, you know, both of them are pulling back toward the moving average, and you know, you buy here, and then it sells that. This was early in the morning at 10 o'clock. You got into the break of high of the day, but now it might not really necessarily go for the break of high of the day because we're really late in the afternoon. Yeah, it looks like it's really holding. Potential could be an add, but again, I'm not really good at adding, so yeah, so selling some here on AMC, very nice. You know, could have been a potential add on that, but it's just, I think 61.25. Holding to see if you can go towards 62. It looks like it's, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it looks like it really wants to go to 62. Yeah, could be a good place to add for the 62. Really looks like it's just really nice. So that's a reversal. We call it 920. I mean, you can call it anything that you want, and you can add more criteria on it. Like for example, you know, based on 1-minute chart and 5-minute chart, you know, you can say, you know, if I buy only if also aligns on a 9 moving average and 5-minute chart. So you can just, you know, align that any way that you want. But this one looks like it wants to go to 62. You know, potentially add on it. I'm adding a little bit more on it, not too much. See if you can get to this break of towards 62. $61.50 potentially can go to 62. But again, I don't expect it to go to 63. 62 would be really a good profit target in this particular case. You know, a bigger ask at 61.50, so that's a sign that potentially can break out 61.50. And if it does break out, you know, the 62 could be a potential round number target. still has the potential, kind of a stock here. It's not a good place to enter, but it was a good place to add. It might very well go down back to VWAP or moving it, but it's just, you know, the risk management. Okay, now it looks like it's really losing it. Yeah, it looks like losing it, so I'm just getting out of it at a break-even point. Yeah, I got out of it at the break-even point. It looks like it's really losing it, so it didn't have enough momentum to go back up. So all out, and now it probably continues to go down. And again, you know, that's a sign that you really don't expect this one to go up back to the high of the day, rather to really want to just catch a small reversal on that. Perfect, guys. Yeah, that's it. So let me stop that. So yeah, that's that. Good that we cut that live.